There we go. All right. I wasn't hearing any audio for a little bit. So here we go. Game 1 of our volunteer tournament. This is BONJOUR versus HOODBESTWAIFU. And why does this thing exist like this? Interesting. Okay, well, I'll just shrink it down to the normal size there, I suppose. And here we go. Our first battle of our Warships volunteer tournament hath begun. Team BONJOUR versus Team HOODBESTWAIFU. So, BONJOUR is basically, let's see, we got Sir Demetrius in the Kremlin. We got Shane Deuce in the San Martin. Kamisato Ayaka PRPR in the Petropavlovsk, and Hold My Beer is in the Marsilli. Opposing them to the south, and this is Big Race, is DSK in a St. Vincent. Russian Balance for Life in a Napoli. Dark Wolf 2119 in the Des Moines. And Sapien 007 in the Daring. Okay. So one team choosing to bring a destroyer, the other team choosing, we'll just bring, 3 cruisers and we'll be done with it. Okay, good. Ad break running now is actually good timing, so that's nice. I need to set that up as well, don't I, in my timers? I need to do that before I forget. Okay. Let's see. This is a 3-minute delay, so we're going to change from 300,000 or whatever to 180. That should take care of the proper delay. Okay. So, radar up, catching both Daring and Des Moines. Actually, let's move this up a little bit. There we go. I think they'll be okay, though. I think the big question is, how's the Kremlin going to be utilized? You can see that Team HOODBESTWAIFU is looking for a more kind of flanky approach, but Dark Wolf is in trouble, forced to go behind this island here for cover. He's getting a heal off. But Shane's just whacking him with that Saint Martin. And just like that, Shane scores first blood for Team BONJOUR. Kremlin goes right into the cap there, knows the Daring's up there, bows into potential torpedoes, catches the Napoli broadside, and Russian Balance pays the price for that. I'm really surprised that he didn't use his smoke when he had the opportunity to do so, transiting this gap between the two islands. So, alright, well, he's gonna chase down Hold My Beer as DSK St. Vincent is trying desperately to get some hits on Shane Deuce's San Martin. Not as much as they were hoping for there, that's for sure. Now, Russian Balance is trading quite favorably here against Hold My Beer. The SAP secondaries coming in handy. However, Russian Balance is on fire. He now decides to make Inky. The problem is, okay, there he goes. He had to wait until his smoke fire penalty expired, and he manages to save the ship. But just like that, a radar comes up from that Petropavlovsk, and in 3 seconds, Russian will be dead. There he goes. One last defiant shot at Hold My Beer. Really big mistake there from my fellow Super Test coordinator. So at this point, 2 players remaining for HOODBESTWAIFU. Team BONJOUR, all ships, looking pretty healthy. St. Vincent just doing St. Vincent things. I like Sapient's attempt to use conga line torpedoes on him. He will take 1 here. And DSK just gets, just getting hammered. There's the funny torp. Petro coming in on the side. And you can see DSK, the St. Vincent, doesn't have the strongest armor. Petro guns just seem to be doing a nice job penetrating. Let's zoom in and see how these shells... Look at that. Citadel after Citadel after Citadel. And this game is all but over. DSK does not have a heal available for another 50 seconds, so that ain't gonna work. And all that's left now is Sapient's daring. San Martin shells coming in on Sapient now.
The enemy is about to win.
Ooh. Alright, well, we're gonna get our death pick. And it's Hold My Beer's Marsili that comes away with that kill as Sapient tries to fire butt torps up the Petropavlovsk and is unable to do so. Alright, GG's to Team Alpha. That would be Team BONJOUR. Let's go back to port. I'm going to go to the tournament page so you can refresh your guys' memory. So we're back on the same map. This time we have swapped positions. Oh, and I forgot. I need to put... So I call this the NDA tournament. Technically, it's the Wargaming Volunteer Tournament. But I like to call it the NDA tournament because everybody here has signed an NDA. Alright, so some ships might have changed. Let's take a look at the lineups here. So for Team HOODBESTWAIFU is St. Vincent, DSK and the St. Vincent. We have Dark Wolf in the Des Moines. Sapient has changed to a Marsili from his daring. And then Russian Balance for Life in the Napoli. Posing them to the other side of the map is Sir Dimitri's in Kremlin. Now this is a unique upgrade Kremlin. Kamisato in Petropavlovsk with the unique upgrade as well. Now that's a newer unique upgrade. San Martin is by Shane Deuce. And Hold My Beer once again in the Marsili, using a bit of a range setup, trying to get to the flank as quickly as possible. So we're probably going to see another fight between Russian Balance and Hold My Beer. I guess the big question is, this time around, can Russian Balance avoid losing a lot of hit points. It's interesting, too, the decision to bring the St. Vincent again didn't really work too well for them. Now, while these teams are getting set up, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'm going to zoom in. There's an amazing, for those of you guys who like trains, there's an amazing rail yard in this map. Is that cool or what? Choo-choo, chugga-chugga-chugga. You got the mountain tunnel here, and then there's other tunnels that come out that go to bridges and stuff further back. Like, for example, there's a tunnel that comes out here on the bridge, and every now and then you'll see trains like you see right now. Anyways, I love trains. I like ships too, of course. Otherwise I wouldn't be here. Neither would y'all. So both teams opting to go for 1 battleship and 3 cruisers. Remember, you can only bring 1 battleship. This time around, Beer is going to be able to get the sea cap for free. Russian Balance is going to have to find a way to oppose Hold My Beer. Let's take a look at the rest of the map and see what's going on as contact has been made. Sir Demetrius is just taking his brick of a Kremlin, just walking it into B cap. He stopped a little bit short. There he goes. Now he's in the cap. Uh-oh. Decent hit there from Russian Balance on the broadside of that Petro. Shane is able to go into the A cap, and if you look at his positioning, I want to highlight this for a sec. He's able to lob shells at Dark Wolf for free because he's not spotted. The islands are keeping him dark. So not only is he getting the camp, but he's also doing a little bit of chip damage to Dark Wolf's Des Moines. Now we do see a bit of a push forming in Sapiens Marsilli and DSK St. Vincent, but let's put it this way. They don't have any caps. So I kind of get the feeling that it's time to hit the W button, boys. Especially this Des Moines. Dark Wolf, W. Everybody, W. Now, Russian is able to get into the C cap. He's got his Inky going. Secondaries, SAP secondaries working on Hold My Beer's Marsilli. Because of the plane, he's able to keep Hold My Beer spotted. However, he might not be able to use his guns. Because if he uses his main guns, he might just be within that smoke fire penalty. So, for a while, he was just using his secondaries. Now he went ahead and fired. His smoke was ending. Hold My Beer was ready for this. Alright. We're going to have a bit of a battleship showdown. I think we're going to see a ram forming here in the middle of the map. As DSK, once again, getting Citadel slapped by showing too much broadside to a Petropavlovsk. Kamisato has lost a significant amount of health pool as both those cruisers start kiting away. DSK used his fancy heal. And Funny Torpedo just misses Sir Demetrius, so DSK just turns again to launch his other Funny Torpedo. These torpedoes do work. Unfortunately, while the torpedo does hit, he's once again stuck showing broadside to these cruisers. Kamisato is still alive, and because of the inability of killing Kamisato, DSK goes down in the St. Vincent, and now Dark Wolf is showing broadsides at the Kremlin. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. I'm really confused as to why Sapient stopped. I thought he would have kept on going to chase these two cruisers. You have to knock these guys off of the out of the game, but also off the map. And it felt like they spent a little bit too much time here by stopping. You lose the ability, you lose the initiative, right? So, tis what it is. Look at this. Look at this. Kamisato, 498 hit points, and Dark. This is why you needed to follow. He does go down. Sapient does manage to get a shot on him. I guess just before he went dark, or he just took a guess. A really good guess. Either way. But still, Beer versus Russian balance for life. This fight is still going, and Russian still hasn't capped the C cap. I kind of feel like Russia needs to just stop and hold, get the cap, and then come out. You know what I mean? Dark Wolf now in a 1v1 with Shane Deuce's San Martin. Although, if he backs up too far, Player 2 will enter this conversation, that Kremlin. Sapient getting into the cap, or trying to, as Demetrius now pushing around. He doesn't need to. I'm surprised by this decision to take that brick and push it around. I guess it's because of Russian balance getting some cross shots. He does manage to get the cap. Shane pops his heel. And Dark Wolf is backing up a little bit too far here. He's trying to get broadside shots on Sir Demetrius's Kremlin. But, yeah, this is going to happen to him. Look at that. Like, why? Why you do this? And just like that, I have a strong feeling Team Bonjour is going to win this series 2-0. Remember, this is all about points for positioning for tomorrow's bracket. This is a 2-day tournament, folks. I like Sapient's push now. This should have happened a long time ago. Get on the broadside of Sir Demetrius. He already fired his turrets. So, reload boost, perhaps? And there is a dead Kremlin. That should have happened minutes ago. If that did, that Des Moines to the south would still be alive. Beer is losing this transaction against Russian. So HOODBESTWAIFU trying to come back and claw the W. I'll tell you what, now it's just Shane by himself against Sapiens Marsili and Russians Napoli. Now, Russian needs to just get south as quickly as possible. Sapient doing a nice job getting behind the island. There's still 5 minutes left in this game. So if there's 5 minutes left in the game, is that going to be enough time?
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
I don't think it's going to be enough time to win on points. I think they're going to have to go for the kill on Shane in order to win this. If that's the case, Sapiens Marsili needs to be moving forward to get around the island, needs to be coming out here at the same time that Russian balances. Napoli comes to hit him from the side. That's what needs to happen right now. Shane is detected. Question is, Russian, there he goes, there he goes. With the AP, oh, took out his engines. Sapient reversing here. I'm not sure the decision to reverse. He sees Shane's San Martin, and like I said, they absolutely need to kill him. If you look at Shane's position right now, he's just going to sit here. He's got the point lead for Bonjour, so that's all they got to do. So I'm just really curious about this decision for Sapient to back up. I think now they've realized the importance of getting a kill. So you gotta hit him from both sides of this island. And Sapient can't afford to stop. 3 minutes to go. Are you happy losing? Shane now with the radar, catching Sapient and Russian balance. And the thing is, I mean, he can just kind of laugh now, right? Because he knows where both these ships are. He knows that Sapient is backing up. Now he sees Sapient finally moving forward. He's on radar, so Shane's going to be ready for this. He's got torpedoes. Russian has the plane up to detect Shane's San Martin, and now they're coming at both sides. Okay, this is good. I like the coordination here. What really needs to happen is Sapient has to dodge these torpedoes. And he does. He pulled the handbrake. Perfectly timed handbrake. Russian balance needs to keep going. There he goes. Now he's starting to get some Citadel hits. Shane's going to go down. And I stand corrected. I stand corrected. This is a perhaps double death pick. We love him. We love him. We love him. There we go. And just like that, folks, we have a tied game. That's awesome. I love seeing ties. Love seeing ties. So GG's to both teams. Remember, we'll probably see some of these teams again tomorrow. Let's go back to the tournament page.